Chris, obviously you're coming off one of the best performances of your entire career. I mean, that was a historic performance. Talk about, the momentum and, what felt good, what felt right that night, because the fight before that was kind of a rough one for you.
Yeah, any given Sunday, everything leading up to the fight is a factor on the fight. The Brian Stan fight was a bummer, but so, as it sits, I've won 4 of my last 5 fights, probably the most easiest guy is the one I lost to, but that's what happens, my last fight, Vanderlei Silva, was, my hero growing up, and here I was getting ready for a bloodbath, and it was 27 seconds, so that's, one of the things, that's why we love the sport, you never know what can happen, and, you hear a lot of people say it, and it's very true, styles make fights, how styles match up, and, as far as, for me, my Vanderlei fight was, definitely one of the biggest best feelings I've ever had, definitely my biggest victory in my mind, and I think that, we, as far as styles go, I matched up well against him.
How about this matchup? You talk about styles make fights. This doesn't seem like the kind of guy you'd like to fight. Obviously he has a pinch at the stand, but he's got that wrestling pedigree.
Actually, this is the kind of guy I like to fight, and one of the reasons is Munoz doesn't know how to fight going backwards. He moves forward, and I move forward too. And that's what I like. I like guys that come out to fight, not to win. Fight to knock out your opponent, to submit him or knock him out, not to go out and squeeze out a victory. And Munoz is that kind of fighter. He's a fireworks fighter. He does have great wrestling, and that's an awesome attribute for him. He also bangs pretty hard. He can take a hit. I mean, we've seen him get rocked and come back. And where I'm at in my career, honestly, I want exciting fights. I want the fans to know, and I think they do. I think that's probably why I'm the headline, is that, they know, hey, this is a TV card. You know what? We put Chris Leben on there, we know we're going to have a good, exciting fight, and that's what I want. And I know Munoz is that way, and I know that's what he wants, and, I'm hoping we go out there and we get that fight of the night bonus,
This is a 5-round fight. People are talking about the historic nature of it. I don't think many people are thinking it's going 5 rounds. How did you approach it? Did you change anything up in preparation, knowing that it could go possibly 25 minutes?
The thing is, no matter what, you train as hard as you can. Obviously, I mean, you train, it's a tightrope walk, am I overtraining? Am I going to get sick? Am I going to get hurt? Can I train more? Am I not training enough? Always, no matter what. The only thing that we did change a little bit is, focusing on pacing ourselves 4 or 5 rounds and focusing on what we're going to do in those latter rounds, which I doubt they ever do come around.
You fought here before, obviously, and that wasn't necessarily a great time afterwards. Can you talk about maybe, I guess, the difference between yourself then and now, and maybe what's transpired since then?
Well, I fought here about 3 years ago. Fought Michael Bisping, and it was a good fight, But I tell a lot of people, like I just said, I think he gets ready for each fight by running 5 miles a day backwards, And I mean, that's kind of what he did in that fight, So I chased him around, but I mean, hindsight's 20/20, and obviously, people say you get older, you get wiser, and I just think, I get more lazy. I don't want to cut as much weight. I don't like being hungover, So, there's a lot of factors, a lot of personal factors as well.
Absolutely. Hey, can you talk about maybe where your goals are right now as far as your career? I mean, you were on that hellacious run until the Stan loss obviously kind of set you back a little bit. Where do you stand right now? Do you think title shots? Is it interesting fights? Where are you at right now?
I fought, it was 5 years ago that I fought Anderson Silva. I mean, and I believe I've changed immensely. I don't know how much he's progressed. So, I would love to get that shot again. And personally, I'm getting older. I've been in the sport long enough. I think if I win this fight in decisive fashion, people should be able to go, okay, look, he's won 5 out of his last 6 fights. We know he was sick going into the Stan fight, but he took it anyways. He didn't pull out. Give him a shot.